Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I am Moddasser Mehboob, lecturer GPGC Sawabi, and today we are going to start first year course, and today it will be the first lecture on solids, which is chapter 6. So let's start the chapter 6 course first year, and the chapter name is solid. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to define solid. You will be able to know the properties and the characteristics of the solids. Also, you will be able to differentiate between the different types of solid. So let's start. This is chapter number 6. Course first year, and chapter name is solid. Solids. Solid is singular and solids is plural. So what is solid? What is solid? What is solid? Solid is basically a type of matter which has specific shape and specific volume. What does it mean? What does it mean? What do you mean by specific? Specific mean it has definite shape and definite volume. So let me write that solid is that matter, or we can also say solid is that type of matter which has definite shape and definite volume. Before going into the detail of solid, or by describing the characteristic of solid, let me first explain the types of solid. So solid has two types. There are two main types of solid. We can call it in उर्दू में हम solid को बोलते हैं ठोस, और पश्तो में पपुख्तो के देता मुंगा वायु स पुख्तो के वर्ता स वायु दोस्ता पपुख्तो के वर्ता वायु क्लाक सही. We were discussing the types of solid. So solid has two types. One that is crystalline solids, and the second one are amorphous solids. So there are two types of solids, crystalline solids and amorphous solids. What are crystalline solids? Crystalline solids are actually called true solids. They are the actual solids, true solids. So in bracket I can write true, T-R-U-E, true solids, that is in brackets. And amorphous, मॉर्फ हम बोलते हैं उर्दू में मॉर्फ, जिसकी कोई खास शक्ल हो, मॉर्फ शक्ल, और एमॉर्फ विदाउट शेप, यानी these are called the shapeless solids. So I am going to define what are crystalline solids. A, crystalline solids. Those solids, crystalline solids are those solids in which the particles, in which the constituent particles are arranged in a specific three-dimensional pattern. Crystalline solids are those solids in which the particles are arranged in a quite well mannered. That is why in crystalline solid the constituent particles are arranged in a three-dimensional pattern, so giving rise to a specific geometrical shape. So crystalline solids are those solids which have specific geometrical shape, and amorphous solids are those solids which do not have specific well-ordered geometrical shape. Okay, so let me write for my students. अपने students के लिए ये मैं लिख रहा हूँ ताकि उनको यानी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में आसानी हो, ठीक है? So crystalline solids are those solids in which the constituent particles से क्या मतलब है? Constituent particles यानी ये solid जिस particle से बना हुआ है, ठीक है ना? ये constituent particle यानी solid जिस particle से बना हुआ है. So those solids in which the constituent particles are arranged in a specific three-dimensional ordered pattern, in which those solids in which the constituent particles are arranged in a three-dimensional 3D, बस मैंने ले लिया है 3D 3D mean in a three-dimensional ordered pattern. Ordered pattern. So, in a crystalline solid, as I told you, that the constituent particles are arranged in a quite well and ordered three-dimensional pattern. So they give rise to a special geometrical shape. That is the reason that crystalline solids have आप लिख सकते हैं इसको पेपर में भी इस तरह क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स की डिफिनीशन आ जाए जो ही बोर्ड के पेपर में आप इसको इस तरह लिख सकते हैं डिफाइन क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स। तो आप उसकी ये डिफिनीशन लेंगे और फिर जो है ना आप नीचे ये भी लिखे कि क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स हैव स्पेशल ज्योमेट्रिकल शेप special geometrical shape। कोई बता सकता है क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड की कोई एग्जांपल कोई बता सकता है? इफ एनीबडी इज देयर, एनीबडी among you who can give an example of a crystalline solid। crystalline solids की सबसे बेसिक जो एग्जांपल है, मिसाल है, वो आप लोगों का नमक, जो आप लोगों के घरों में जो नमक है ना, सोडियम क्लोराइड। तो ये सोडियम क्लोराइड जो है ना, ये एक क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड है और सोडियम क्लोराइड का एक खास सोडियम क्लोराइड के जो पार्टिकल्स हैं, सोडियम क्लोराइड में जो सोडियम आयन और क्लोराइड आयन है वो खास यानी जगहों पर जो है ना अरेंज होते हैं और उस खास अरेंजमेंट की वजह से सोडियम क्लोराइड एक खास ज्योमेट्रिकल शक्ल में पाया जाता है। और वो कौन सी शक्ल है, वो कौन सा शेप है, वो कौन सा ज्योमेट्रिकल शेप है जिसमें सोडियम क्लोराइड पाया जाता है? कौन सा है? Anybody among you? That is cubic। Sodium chloride is in cubic form, so cubic geometry है, cube। तो फिर इसमें इसके अंदर जो है ना सेंट्रल क्यूब और वो सीसी क्यूब वो है, उसके अंदर हम नहीं जाते क्योंकि फिर वो हम किसी और लेक्चर में इंशाल्लाह डिस्कस करेंगे। अभी जो है ना हम सॉलिड को कर रहे हैं और इसके साथ साथ जो टाइप्स ऑफ सॉलिड है वो कर रहे हैं, वो कवर कर रहे हैं और इंशाल्लाह अगर टाइम हो इसी वीडियो में हम इसके प्रॉपर्टीज को भी डिस्कस करेंगे। मिस्टर व्हाट इज योर नेम? हाँ, नबील। we can also discuss the properties of solid as well in this lecture। Okay, so what are amorphous solids? So amorphous solids की definition जो है ना हम इधर लिख लेते हैं कि what are amorphous solid? Amorphous solids, those solids in which the constituent particles are arranged randomly। Okay, so there is no regular pattern। Yes, sir। There is no regular pattern of arrangement in the amorphous solids। So what are amorphous solids? Those solids in which the constituent those particles, those solids in which the constituent particles are arranged, what? Randomly or irregularly. Randomly. R-A-N, this is N. D-O-M, randomly. Randomly or irregularly. Irregularly. So that is the reason. That is the reason that amorphous solids do not have specific geometrical shape. Those amorphous solids are those solids which do not have specific geometrical shape. और एग्जाम्पल आप लोग मुझे बताएंगे कि वो कौन से solids हैं जो amorphous हैं. तो हमारे पास जो wood है, ये लकड़ी, तो ये solid है, मगर इसके जो पार्टिकल है ये चीज, ये जो wood या जो ये प्लास्टिक हुआ, प्लास्टिक भी सॉलिड है, बट plastics are what? Amorphous solids. Okay?
Yes sir.
कैरी ऑन करूं? तंग तो नहीं हुए ना?
No sir.
Okay mister, so I am after the discussion of a types of solids, now we are going to discuss the properties of solid, the characteristics of solid. So the properties of solid. Properties of solids. So the first one and the important property of solid is the symmetry. The first property of solid, that is symmetry. What does it mean? What does symmetry mean? Symmetry means sameness. Sameness in what sense? Sameness in a sense that one face or an angle of a solid that is similar to another face and the angle. You got my point? What is symmetry? Symmetry means sameness. If a crystal has 6 faces, crystal usually have 6 faces. I am talking about the cubic crystal. It has 6 faces. If one face is similar to another face, so we say that these 2 faces are symmetrical. So solids are symmetrical in nature. Solids are symmetrical in nature. Solids are symmetrical in nature. Let's talk about the elements of symmetry. So symmetry has symmetry has three elements. Number one, a plane of symmetry. Number second one, axis of symmetry. And the third one, the center of symmetry. Excellent. Center of symmetry. So, what is plane of symmetry? A plane. What is plane of symmetry? A plane. A plane. A plane. A plane which can divide a crystal into two equal halves. That plane is called the plane of symmetry. We can say that crystal has the plane of symmetry. If we have a crystal and if we can divide that crystal, if we can divide that crystal by a plane into two equal halves, so we can say that this crystal has the plane of symmetry. So what is plane of symmetry? A plane which can divide. A plane which can divide a crystal. We are discussing crystals, okay? We are discussing the properties of solids. Which solids? The properties of true solids. What solids? The properties of true solids. So true solids are crystalline solids. So यहाँ पर आप लेके एक crystalline solids. Properties of crystalline solids. So crystalline solids have the symmetry. Solids, crystalline solids are symmetrical in nature. Symmetry has three elements. Plane of symmetry. Plane which can divide a crystal into two equal. Yes. That plane is called plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry. So what is axis of symmetry? Axis is actually a line. A line through a solid which can rotate a crystalline solid to a 360 degree. That line is actually termed as axis of symmetry. And axes are a line. What is axis of symmetry? A line through a crystal which can rotate that crystal into what is axis of symmetry? A line through a crystal which can rotate that crystal into 360 degrees. That line, that axis is called what? It's called axis of symmetry. What is center of symmetry? A point. Center means it is a point in the center, which is equidistant from the two opposite sides of the crystal. So I can write a point which is equidistant from all the two opposite sides of the crystal. From all, yes, you wait for just 5 minutes. Okay, I am just finishing this lecture. Okay, just wait for 5 minutes. Do not hesitate. You will learn more, and inshallah more. But stay tuned with me. And remember, do not forget to subscribe. Advanced Chemistry with Moddasser. Okay, a point which is equidistant from all the two opposite sides. From all the two opposite sides of the crystal. It's called what? It's called center of symmetry. So this is the first property of the crystalline solid, symmetry. After symmetry, we have discussed the planar symmetry, axis of symmetry, and center of symmetry. 2. Second property of crystalline solid is they have definite geometrical shape. So crystalline solids have specific or definite geometrical it has definite geometrical shape, it has specific geometrical shape. Why? Because in crystalline solids all the particles are arranged in a regular three-dimensional pattern. So the arrangement of particle is regular, so they have a regular shape, they have a regular geometry, they have a specific shape, they have a specific geometry. Okay, that is the second property of the crystalline solids. The third property that is the melting point. Crystalline solids have sharp melting point. Crystalline solids have sharp melting point. What do you mean by sharp melting point? Sharp melting point means that all the solid will be melted at 1 degree, at one point. That is called the sharp melting point. So it is another property. it is another property of it is another